Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I am Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Military activity may be the NMI's next revenue growth. Also tonight, back-to-back meetings in Japan in hopes to strengthen tourism. And it shouldn't hurt to be a child, outpouring support from community members. In sports, who got the mahi? Let's find out. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
Try a double Filet-O-Fish sandwich for double the flavor, just in time for Lent. For a limited time, served after 10:30 a.m.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. The island of Tinian will be the main hub of military activity, and it looks like it will bring multi-billion-dollar projection revenue. Tinian's Chamber of Commerce Director Philip Mendiola Long says there is a lot of opportunities across the street, especially with the military buildup taking place. Some of the current military activities include the construction of the Tinian Divert Airfield, Phase 1 and 2, Phase 3 to 7, and an actual Navy base called Camp Tinian. This and future projects such as the Tinian U.S. Marine Base, Northfield runway repair, and the Tinian Harbor construction and replacement of breakwater is estimated to bring $3 billion to the NMI economy.
$1.5 billion coming to Tinian in utilities, roads, and ports. Strong diversified economy after the base is built, up to $300 million being spent in Tinian's economy. Let that sit in. $300 million being spent in the Tinian economy after those bases are operational.
Long presented this data to Saipan Chamber members this afternoon and hopes to get more businesses starting up in Tinian.
We just don't have enough people, don't have enough activity, and I need the Saipan Chamber of Commerce to really look at possibly coming across the street to looking at development opportunities. These are a list. I mean, housing, 3 to 5 year lease, fully furnished. We've seen a 1-bedroom apartment go from $300 to $250 a month. Now minimum fully furnished 1-bedroom apartment is $750 a month on Tinian, minimum, if you can find it. You know, so the opportunity there for housing development over the course of a 15-year development plan on Tinian is tremendous for developers in Saipan.
Other immediate needs on Tinian are hotels, equipment rentals, car rentals, warehouses, commercial space, restaurants, and construction safety supply. Tinian also needs something to entertain its visitors.
Remember, you have construction workers that are on the island, you have other people that are visiting there from the military, and there is absolutely nothing to do on Tinian. So if there were structured tours or something to do, you'd have a built-in customer base right away.
Long emphasizes that the growth of Tinian should be harvested by local participation in the marketplace.
I can't overemphasize it. I've seen what happened in Guam. I was there from 2005 to present as a consulting firm, and other firms from other places will come in and take the opportunities if you don't. So you have to realize that the amount of money being spent in this region is so large, do not sleep on it. You gotta be way ahead of the game and start working now.
Bureau of Military Affairs Special Assistant Danny Aquino says more than 100 military personnel are expected to arrive on Saipan in July for the innovative readiness training. The CBMA is also asking the Navy to do some port visits. Aquino is reaching out to businesses to begin preparing their product or services.
The military, they have a lot of residual income. When we have ships coming in, these guys have been out in sea for months, so they're looking for places to spend their money. That's why I'm advising every one of you guys, you have to market your business. I cannot promise that every one of your businesses are going to benefit economically. It's how you sell your business.
Aquino adds that the goal with military tourism is to build up the economy.
I know that there's a lot of reservations about military. When someone hears military, they thought, oh, we're going to bomb the crap out of Pagan. That's not true. The military has already stopped pursuing that issue. What we're trying to do now is to try to facilitate. The governor and the lieutenant governor are more concerned about the economy.
Long and Aquino were the guest speakers for today's Chamber of Commerce membership meeting. This morning, Governor Palacios and tourism officials presented at the Mariana Sales Seminar held in Tokyo. The sales seminar is a presentation made in front of travel and trade professionals. About 40 attended in person, and another 80 or so were expected to tune in virtually. Governor Palacios opened the meeting with remarks.
Travel partners and receiving interest in rebuilding and resetting tourism on Saipan. We in the Northern Marianas, me as the new governor, have asked MBA that we are going to work very hard and listen very hard to our Japan partners to see what we need to do to rebuild our tourism industry in the Northern Marianas. Thank you again, Suzuki.
Next, the trade professionals were given an update on some of the new attractions in the Marianas, including Coral Ocean Golf, the Crown Plaza Resort, and the Garapan Revitalization Project. Yesterday morning, Governor Palacios met with Yasukazu Hamada, the Minister of Defense. In the afternoon, the governor was then joined by MVA board members Gloria Kavanaugh and Chris Nelson, along with Chris Concepcion from the Office of Planning and Development, for a meeting with a minister from Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the potential of direct flights from Japan, which are approved through this government office. The next meeting was at Honiday Airport with the company that manages the 2 domestic terminals and the international terminal. Honiday does not currently have slots for scheduled service, but did say that charter flights from Honiday are a possibility. Japanese are not yet traveling en masse outside of the country. Tourism officials are predicting that could slowly start to change in the coming months, and the CNMI is trying to position itself as a good first place to travel after the pandemic. United currently is flying 3 times a week from Tokyo to Saipan. Those flights are scheduled to run through August. Officials will meet with United Airlines and Skymark Airlines tomorrow. The month of April raises awareness for some very sensitive topics. On Monday, Acting Governor David Apatang signed a proclamation for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And on Tuesday, he signed another proclamation for Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention and Awareness Month. It shouldn't hurt to be a child. No excuse for child abuse. These were some quotes from Tuesday's proclamation signing ceremony, designating April as Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention and Awareness Month. Detective Shannon De La Cruz has been a police officer for 3 years and is currently assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division. She specializes cases that involve sexual assault and domestic violence. On Tuesday, she was the inspirational speaker.
It's very hard for me to talk about the sexual abuse I endured as a child. Just recently, I shared details about it with a close colleague of mine. I found myself crying while I shared my story. As tears ran down my face, I couldn't help but question myself why after all these years it still affects me.
De La Cruz shared her story of the sexual abuse that happened in her childhood and the beatings that came with it. After a while, the abuse stopped after a family member found out, but she needed more than just that.
I was close with my uncle, but he didn't do anything or spoke up for me. He was an adult. He could have done something. He could have been my voice. Sadly, nothing happened.
De La Cruz says she confided in another family member, but instead she was blamed.
I asked the community to believe and support when someone is sharing their abuse instead of protecting the perpetrator or blaming the victim. No one should be robbed of their innocence, especially as a child.
But all she has been through is what drove her to be where she is today.
The main reason I chose to work in law enforcement is to be the voice for those who can't speak up and to be someone that I wish I had when I was a victim. So I'm glad that I'm able to assist victims that are kept quiet. I get to be their voice.
The Division of Youth Services under the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs invited partnering agencies who make their job possible when it comes to dealing with child abuse. Chief Prosecutor Chester Hines deals with these cases a lot, and he says believing the victim is important.
I think that when it comes to crimes where we're talking about child victims, we have to just believe them. That's the number one step. Even with the speaker today, she was discussing how even at home, there was no family support. So when we're talking about our children, we need to support them at home. That's step number one. Otherwise, even prosecuting cases without family support is very tough, because prosecuting cases is a long process. So if a child is willing to go through this whole process by themselves, we have to believe where they're coming from. We have to believe the allegations, and sometimes they might be the only witness. We still have to believe them.
Many child abuse cases are reported in schools. Education Chief Dr. Alfred Addis says teachers are the frontliners in this sensitive case.
We cannot just turn the other way and we have to take care of them. How are they going to learn when they're emotionally challenged? We have to take care of that first before they actually learn. So, in all sense, children, they're helpless, and we have to help them because we are the adults.
Senator Paul Manglonia says education is key as well.
We all care for our children, and I think we can all make a difference, and it begins with education, prevention, and awareness. And so I'm happy to be here joining in this beautiful ceremony.
Coming up, one businesswoman shares her take on military tourism. Stay tuned.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The PEBT distribution for claims and attestation are to be distributed next week. Students who qualified for the attestation benefit can pick up their PEBT beginning Tuesday, April 11th to June 30th. The attestation form must have been submitted between December 17 last year to January 17 this year. No attestation form means no benefits. Last names A through I are scheduled for the 11th, J to R for the 12th, and S to Z on the 13th. Open day is April 17 to June 30. Parents who haven't picked up their benefits in 2022 are expected to take advantage of this schedule. Issuance is from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and identification is required. Call 670-287-3063 or 3065 for more information. With NMI leaders pushing for military tourism, businesses will be a huge part of that initiative. One local business owner shares her thoughts on the new market. Former lawmaker Sheila Babauta is now a small business owner here on Saipan. Babauta recently attended a presentation by the Joint Region Marianas, who introduced its morale, welfare, and recreation program before local businesses on how they can promote and gain exposure within the military market. And as the NMI pushes for military tourism, Babauta expresses her appreciation for the community outreach.
This is something that we need to be aware of.
The U.S. Marine Corps has recently opened a new base on Guam, anticipating the transfer of about 5,000 troops from Okinawa. The goal is to entice servicemen to vacation here in the CNMI.
I think this is going to be a great opportunity for us to connect some dots. We are going through a financial crisis. We are expecting austerity and furloughs. So now small business communities can partner up, right? We can help employ people who may need additional working hours, and we can also start businesses.
As a business owner, Babauta does have her share of concerns. One of her first concerns is the competition between other tourist destinations.
One of the realities is that the flights from Guam to Saipan are really expensive. And so the service members or this market on Guam, they will have options to fly to the Philippines, to Korea, to Japan. And so we're competing in that area, right, with the flight costs. And so I did ask questions after the presentation around training hops. So those are very cheap or free ways that service members can just hop around different areas where they're training. So if the military was to offer that to our service members where it would be cheaper or free, then I think they would be willing to travel here more.
Babauta would also like the authentic culture of the NMI to be properly marketed and promoted. This extends to ensuring that Chamorro and Carolinian artists have the opportunity to join the MWR program.
I did also ask about cultural education and ensuring that our culture is represented in the way that we want it to be represented, right? Like a way that is appropriate, that is respectful, that is true.
The MWR program focuses more on military families who would like to vacation, but Babauta does raise her concern on safety.
Safety is really important to us in our community, right? Service members who are going to be shipped out here are probably under the rank of E4, so they're much younger. They may not have as much disposable income, but you know, we are all aware of what happens during the nightlife on Guam and even in other bases around the world. A lot of fights break out. You know, there's a lot of misunderstandings that happen between service members and the local community. That's something that happened on Guam, and it resulted in a murder of a Woolbacker son, my family member, you know, and so that's something we want to keep in mind.
Babauta hopes there will be a strong partnership with local law enforcement agencies as the NMI anticipates military arrival. She says education and communication among local residents is key as well.
These are service members, so they come from other places in the States, in America, and they may not know about us in the Marianas. This may be their first time ever, right, in the Marianas, so what information can we share with them?
Businesses who are still interested in learning about the MWR program can call the Saipan Chamber of Commerce for more information. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We have sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Buenas sports fans.
It can only get postponed but never canceled, and the wait is worth it. Fishermen and women reel in some huge catches over the weekend. Let's check it out. About 50 boats joined the 19th annual Mahi Fishing Derby on Saturday at the Smiling Cove Marina in Garapan. The derby was originally set for March 25th, but due to inclement weather, the Saipan Fishing Association decided to reschedule it to April 1st. KSPN had the chance to talk with SFA President Tony Scragg before the closing time of the tournament.
My name is Tony. I'm the president of the Saipan Fishermen's Association, and we're hosting here today our 19th annual Mahi Fishing Derby. So we had a one-day derby from 6 to 5, total of 52 entries for this year's event. And so far, some of the boats are coming in. I think the leader right now is a 26.2 pound mahi, big bull mahi. And we have a side category for wahoo. And the leader on that is 23 pounds. But we still got about, an hour and a half? So anything can happen.
Team 10-7 caught the biggest mahi-mahi, weighing at 26.2 pounds, winning the grand prize of $2,500.
From KSPN2 World is winning the champion.
Man, we're so lucky to catch this fish, especially the winning. We got a wedding.
Thank you, everybody.
So this guy has a wedding, so me and this guy we're gonna have the cash. We're so happy for this. Thank you.
Right on, 10-7.
Thank you.
Captain Torres used his 15 years of fishing experience to catch their biggest mahi-mahi.
It's Philippine-made lures. It's like a cloth, but it's shiny. And then we make it very long. It's like,
have a great day and be
stretch
safe.
our line maybe like 400 feet.
Also,
right when
we
get it,
also have a lost and found. It looks like a Toyota
start pulling it in.
And a,
right when we gaff it, we saw it. Oh yeah, we got it already.
All right, so we got it. Thank you,
Catch it like
everybody.
11 o'clock.
Come again.
But we still wanted to fish.
At first we're quiet, we're silent, but when we get the fish in, we're very happy.
Team Fish On, captained by Manuel Mogar, caught a 22.2 pound mahi, winning second place and $1,500. And for the third place, winning $1,000, Captain Diego Benaventi and his crew from the boat Victoria caught a 22 pound mahi-mahi. The Salty Bandits caught a 21.1 pound mahi for fourth place and received a $400 gift certificate from Fish and Tackle, gift bag from Marpac, and a $25 gift certificate from the Last Shot Bar. Fifth place is the boat Orion, who caught a 20.7 pound mahi. They also received $200 gift certificate from Fish and Tackle, a gift bag from Marpac, and a $25 gift bag from the Last Shot Bar. Saipan Fishermen's Association President Tony Scragg was very happy with the turnout and the support they received for this annual fishing derby.
I also would like to give a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors, Budweiser, Marpac, and Tan Holdings, both celebrating 50 years of business in the CNMI and great partners of the SFA. Thank you very much. We also have Fish and Tackle that donated some gift certificates. Eco donated some fishing buckets. So thank you very much to all our sponsors. That's an awesome fish. That's probably a record for the international.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the cable lat pull down. Now what we want to remember with machine-based exercises, there's really no right or wrong way of doing it. There's multiple ways of executing the exercise. What you'll often see is lifters executing the exercise in this fashion, and instead of working the muscles of your upper back, you're just irritating the shoulder joint, which is what you don't want. All right, let's clean that up a little bit. Let's sit upright a little bit more. Okay, as you get a full stretch, bring it down with your elbows coming in. So in general, as you set up this way, you're going to be feeling majority of the impulse right here, which is your lats. Okay. He's getting a full stretch and he's getting a full squeeze in the bottom.
And for your KSPN weather report, mostly sunny with isolated showers, breezy with a northeast wind 18 to 23 miles per hour, and gusts as high as 31 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers, breezy with a northeast wind 13 to 22 miles per hour, and gusts up to 30 miles per hour. High 84, low 75, humidity at 62%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with isolated showers, breezy with a northeast wind 16 to 22 miles per hour, and gusts as high as 29 miles per hour. High 85, low 78, high surf advisory, and high risk of rip current statement is they are in effect until 6 p.m. Friday along the north and west facing reefs of Tinian and Saipan. Large breaking waves of 79 feet today, increasing to 10 to 12 feet tonight, and dangerous rip currents. Dangerous swimming and surfing conditions and localized beach erosion. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. For your marine forecast, smoke craft advisory remains in effect from 10 a.m. this morning to 6 p.m. Friday along the Marianas coastal waters. Northeast wind 50 to 25 knots and gusts up to 30 knots, and seas 9 to 12 feet expected. Seas will rapidly increase today with 9 to 12 feet within all coastal waters by tonight. Inexperienced mariners, especially those operating smaller vessels, should avoid navigating in this hazardous conditions. Sunrise will be at 6:10 a.m., high tide at 7:30 p.m., low tide 1:47 p.m., and the sunset 6:29 p.m. And that is your midweek edition of the news, sports, and weather here in the CNMI. Thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back here on Friday.